Welcome to the Deep Dive, your shortcut to being well-informed. Today, we're taking a closer look at an institution that's consistently showing how top-tier academic work can make a real, tangible difference in the world.
That's right. This deep dive is all about the Indian School of Business, or ISB. We're exploring their latest initiatives, research breakthroughs, how they're actively shaping the future of business and policy.
Not just in India, but it seems like there's a ripple effect globally, too.
Definitely.
And all our insights today come directly from ISB's own public updates, their announcements. So it's a genuine first-hand look at what they're up to.
Yeah, it's straight from the source.
So our mission for you
Yeah.
is to pull out the most important nuggets of knowledge, maybe provide some aha moments, and really show how a leading business school isn't just, educating.
It's much more than that. It's innovating, contributing to these big global conversations. So let's maybe start by unpacking how ISB translates its academic side into direct societal impact and thinking about sustainable futures. That seems to be a big part of their recent work.
Yeah, I agree. And this first one, I've found this particularly compelling. Empowering tribal women through what they're calling forest economies.
Right. That involves ISB's Bharti Institute of Public Policy, BIPP, their policy research center. They've partnered directly with the government of Andhra Pradesh on this.
What's really interesting is how hands-on it seems.
Right.
They signed an official agreement, an MOU,
On a Devasi Day, yeah, right there in Vanjangi.
and it brought together the local district administration, the Department of Tribal Welfare, and this group focused on rural poverty.
The Society for Elimination of Rural Poverty, yeah. The core idea is really to establish a women-led economy, basically, around forest produce.
So it's about enabling these tribal women to kind of take control, driving the whole process.
Yeah, from adding value, processing it, right through to setting up market links for the products. But sustainably sourced products, that's key.
And that directly strengthens livelihoods, local economies. It's got to.
Absolutely. And it's clearly got government attention, too. You mentioned the chief minister.
Yeah, N. Chandrababu Naidu. Apparently, he showed keen interest, even asked for specific data on the potential benefits.
Which really links that research to direct policy action, doesn't it?
It really does. It feels like a framework that could potentially be replicated elsewhere.
I think so. Using local resources sustainably to lift up communities. And speaking of strengthening livelihoods, ISB is also doing significant work with street vendors.
Ah, yes, I saw that. Punjab and Sindh Bank provided a pretty substantial CSR grant for this, didn't they?
Yeah, 1.91 crore. It's specifically to launch this Street Vendor Enterprises Incubation and Scaling Center.
Based at ISB Center for Analytical Finance.
Right, and this new center, it's designed to be a sort of holistic support system.
So what does that involve? Like training?
Yeah, capacity building, helping vendors set up market linkages, and crucially, giving them access to financial literacy.
The goal being to help them operate more efficiently and sustainably, too. It's about transforming those small businesses.
Exactly. And there's a wider impact, too, from that same grant.
Yes. It also funds merit-based scholarships for students.
And access to over 1,000 online programs. So it's building talent pipelines while supporting existing livelihoods. It's quite integrated.
Definitely multifaceted.
Okay.
Okay, moving into healthcare then. There's a really powerful example here of research driving actual change.
You're probably thinking of the work by Professor Sarang Deo and alumnus Arnab Pal on IPQT.
That's the one. The initiative for promoting affordable and quality tuberculosis tests. The results were, well, pretty staggering.
A tenfold increase in the uptake of the main diagnostic test, the expert MTBRIF.
And a huge price reduction, 30 to 50%.
Yeah, which makes it so much more accessible for, economically vulnerable patients.
How did their research actually achieve that? That's a huge leap.
Well, the core insight, as I understand it, was showing how a targeted intervention using market-based incentives and data-driven policy advocacy could dramatically scale up these vital diagnostics.
So proving a pathway to make critical healthcare genuinely affordable.
Pretty much. And ISB's healthcare focus doesn't stop there. Their Max Institute of Healthcare Management, MIHM,
Right.
They have this important project with ICARS and CMC Vellore, developing an antibiotic roadmap for India.
For last resort antibiotics, that sounds critical, given resistance issues.
Exactly. The roadmap is essentially a strategic plan. It's aimed at guiding policies, practices, trying to prevent misuse of these powerful drugs, but also making sure they're still available when absolutely needed.
This is a tough balance. How are they tackling the practical side? getting it implemented.
They're engaging directly with stakeholders, holding consultations in places like Punjab, Telangana, Kerala.
To promote responsible use?
Yeah, promoting responsible use, trying to integrate both access and stewardship, making sure people get them when needed, but also that they're used wisely, you know?
Makes sense. Then there's the whole area of inclusion and accessibility, hugely relevant today.
Absolutely. And ISB highlighted Nipun Malhotra. He's from the PGP MFAB class of 2016, co-founder and CEO of Nipman Foundation.
Featured in their Impact Chronicles series.
Right. His whole mission is about building a world where people with disabilities are just seamlessly included. He's a powerful advocate, influenced policy.
And he had that quote.
Yeah, the one about productivity. It has been proven that companies' productivity increases when they hire persons with disabilities for multiple reasons.
That's such a compelling business case, isn't it? It goes beyond just, doing good.
Absolutely. It's a point that needs to be amplified.
Definitely. And switching gears slightly, but still on positive impact, ISB's commitment to environmental sustainability. They put out some concrete numbers.
They did around World Environment Day. The metrics are pretty impressive.
Like over 91,000 trees.
Yeah, 91,531 plus across both campuses, sequestering nearly 8,900 tons of co-ros every year.
That's substantial. And water management, too.
29% of their water demand is met through recycling and rainwater harvesting, and they report zero water discharge.
Plus, both campuses, Hyderabad and Mohali, have E-LEED Platinum certification.
Which is the highest level you can get for green building design. That takes serious commitment in day-to-day operations.
It really does.
Oh.
Requires an integrated approach to everything waste, energy. It's ongoing work, I imagine.
For sure. Always looking at reducing the carbon footprint further, exploring renewables, and this dedication seems to extend to rural development too, through their SEED program.
Right. SEED. Sustainable Empowerment Through Emerging Digitization.
It's a joint initiative, the Learning Lab and the Party Institute.
And it's a field-based thing for students.
Exactly, for the PGP class of 2025, led by professors Ashwini Chatra and Vishal Kurungalam. They basically immerse students in rural settings.
So they engage directly with rural enterprises, understand the challenges on the ground.
And then apply strategic thinking for sustainable development. It's really applied learning in action.
And that ties into another event, right? An ISB Insights Forum session.
Yeah, chaired by Professor Shilpa Agrawal. It specifically looked at how something like rural roads can be this unexpected catalyst.
Enhancing livelihoods, promoting economic resilience.
Precisely. They had speakers from NABARD, ITC Ltd., others, offering different perspectives on rural transformation. It highlighted how infrastructure and economic growth are really interconnected.
It's clear ISB isn't just staying within its walls. They're deeply engaged out there. Okay, so let's shift gears a bit. How is ISB pioneering research and insights for, this constantly changing world? That's core to their mission, surely.
Absolutely central. And they've just launched something called ISB Discover. It's a new digital gateway.
ISB Discover. What's the idea behind that?
Think of it like a research translator. It takes complex academic studies from their faculty and boils them down into clear, actionable insight.
Like quick reads or short videos.
Exactly. So business leaders, policymakers, entrepreneurs, even just curious people can quickly grasp the key takeaways and how to apply them.
That sounds incredibly useful, bridging that gap between dense academic work and practical use.
Yeah, and Dean Madan Palutla really seems to champion this philosophy. He said something about rigorous academic research being the best foundation for truly understanding individuals and organizations.
Making it implementable, basically.
Right, and a huge area of their research focus right now is, unsurprisingly, artificial intelligence.
AI, yeah. Professor Anandan Kumar, who heads their SR&E Center.
Yes, he has this really interesting series looking at AI as a general-purpose technology, a GPT.
Like electricity or the internet were GPTs.
Exactly. He's exploring AI's real potential, how it actually affects productivity, how industries are experimenting with it, and what barriers are still there in the ecosystem.
And he connected this to an ISB Insights Forum session too, didn't he? Sorting hype from reality.
That's the one. The big debate there was, can AI truly match the transformative impact of those past GPTs?
What were the main takeaways from that discussion? Is it all hype or is there substance?
Well, the consensus seemed to be that while AI has immense potential, achieving that widespread, transformative impact really depends on collaboration. Universities, government, private companies all have a role.
It's not just about the tech itself.
No, it's also about understanding the real trends in VC funding, AI patents, trying to separate genuine progress from, just buzz.
Makes sense. And staying with AI, but in a very different application. Professor Sanjay Kelapur.
Ah, yes. He developed a custom GPT-powered tutoring platform.
For his business ethics course. Using AI for ethics. That sounds novel. How does that work?
It's designed to enhance learning by giving students real-time feedback on ethical dilemmas. They can practice making nuanced decisions.
So it makes those soft skills, like ethical reasoning, actually teachable at scale.
That's the groundbreaking part, yeah. Making those skills more concrete and scalable than before.
Truly fascinating. And speaking of new insights in faculty, ISB welcomed Professor Anindal Sarkar.
Right. Assistant professor in finance. His research focus is on monetary policy's impact on financial markets, innovation, long-term growth. Very timely.
And his expertise connects to some key economic discussions they hosted, like the Data Users Conference.
Exactly. That was organized by ISB's research centers with the government's Ministry of Statistics and Program Implementation, MOSS-SPI.
What kind of data were they discussing?
Things like ASUS data on state finances and CapEx investment intentions, which gives clues about future business spending. Vital stuff for policymaking.
And the chief economic advisor was there?
Dr. V. Anantha Nageswaran, yes. He emphasized how crucial granular data is for effective policy reforms, making informed decisions, basically.
And there was another conference, co-hosted by ISB's Center for Analytical Finance, CAF, and CAFRA, on digitization's impact.
Right. The impact of digitization on households and firms. They discuss things like India's UPI, Brazil's PIX, the potential digital euro.
So looking at how these digital payment systems are changing things globally.
Yeah. How they're revolutionizing financial access, affecting labor markets, even influencing liquidity risk for people and businesses. It showed how these global digital trends are really reshaping local economies, how we manage money.
And also mentioned was the ISB Wharton Joint Research Initiative. Professor Sagar Saxena focusing on industrial policy in India.
Again, linking academic insights directly to real-world economic strategy.
Another ISB Insights Forum session tackled compensation strategies, co-chaired by Professors Madhu Viswanathan and Pranav Jindal. What was the main message for leaders there?
The core focus was on how effective compensation isn't just about the amount you pay, it's about designing incentive structures that genuinely boost employee productivity and business success.
Or conversely, how poorly designed ones can actually diminish performance.
Exactly. It's about the structure and the motivation it drives.
Got it. And the annual ISB PMS workshop, focusing on operations and supply chain in emerging markets, always critical areas.
Yeah, especially now. They covered a huge range. Sustainability in supply chains, healthcare operations, risk management.
Also agriculture, food, retail, pharma supply chains.
All about building more resilient, more efficient systems in these really dynamic environments.
And finally, on a slightly different note, tackling digital piracy. ISB hosted a conference with the CBI and Interpol.
Yeah, a 2-day conference. Digital piracy, securing the future of creativity. A pretty serious topic.
Must have been. What was the focus?
Developing robust strategies to tackle it, really. Emphasizing the need for public awareness, building capacity within enforcement agencies, and crucially, fostering strong collaboration.
Between industry, law enforcement, academia.
Exactly. Recognizing it's a fight that needs everyone involved, a united front.
Wow, ISB is clearly invested across a huge spectrum, from fundamental research to very practical applications. Okay, so let's talk about how they're nurturing the next generation. Leaders, entrepreneurs, that's key too, right?
Absolutely foundational for any top institution. And they've recently welcomed a whole wave of new students, new cohorts across various programs.
Like their main postgraduate program, PGP, but also executive programs, family business ones.
Right, and those orientations are always a big deal. Team building, networking, getting students ready for the academic rigor.
What caught my eye was the launch of the inaugural postgraduate program in management for young leaders, PGPYL.
Yeah, that's new. It's specifically designed for people with 0 to 2 years of experience, bold thinkers, they called them, aiming to cultivate leadership potential really early on.
And the entrepreneurial spirit seems alive and well there too. Shark Tank India visited.
They did. Came to the Hyderabad campus for their Season 5 applications, engaged directly with ISB's whole entrepreneurial community alums, ventures from their iVenture incubator, current students.
That's a direct line to potential startup funding. Pretty cool.
Definitely. And speaking of iVenture, their Ivy program, iVenture Immersive, welcomed its second cohort, 52 entrepreneurs getting guidance from faculty, alumni, investors.
And they have an accelerator too, DST NIDHI at AICISB.
Yes, specifically backing early revenue stage agri-startups, offering mentoring, funding access, market links, vital support for that sector.
Plus, their first Ivy class just graduated, which is a good sign for the program's impact.
Shows it's getting results. And thinking about global exposure.
Ah, yes. The exchange programs. Rahul Kabra, PGP class of 25, shared his experience at Wharton.
Right. He talked about the transformative global perspective he gained interacting with diverse peers and faculty there. It really underlines the value of ISB's international partnerships.
Like that ISB Wharton Joint Research Initiative we mentioned earlier.
Exactly. It connects.
And ISB is also actively investing in talent through grants and scholarships, right?
For sure. There's the MPS Limited Scholarship, a CSR gift from an alum, Rahul Arora. It's helping 3 students from that new PGPYL cohort.
Covering tuition and fees, that's direct support for future leaders.
Absolutely. And then there's that massive Euro 100 crore grant from the Motilal Oswal Foundation.
100 crore?
For what? To support the upcoming Motilal Oswal Executive Center at the Hyderabad campus, a huge investment in boosting their executive education infrastructure.
Shows a real belief in the power of executive learning for the country's progress.
Definitely. And beyond infrastructure, they focus on leadership development through things like their Leaders Unplugged series.
Getting candid insights from top leaders.
Yeah. Shiva Kumar, who's led at Nokia, PepsiCo, talked about constantly evolving leadership. Amit Savak, CEO of ETS, discussed the shift to a skills-first world looking beyond just exams.
And Nipun Malhotra, again, offering leadership insights alongside his inclusion work.
Exactly. They also ran a case writing and teaching workshop.
To help faculty create better teaching materials.
Right. Equipping faculty and aspiring case writers. It's about improving the teaching itself.
And they highlighted Shweta Agera from the AMPBA class of 25. Her career change.
Yeah, from physics and math teaching into data, business, AI, a great example of lifelong learning.
You really need that these days. Finally, got to acknowledge the faculty who make it all happen. ISB celebrated its Teacher of the Year awards.
Across different programs, yeah. Recognizing professors for outstanding teaching and engagement, it's important recognition.
And they're still attracting new talent?
Seems so. Welcome new faculty, Ninder Sarkar in finance, Karthik Balakrishnan in accounting, who's actually an ISB alum himself, and Sandeep R. in operations management.
That constant renewal of expertise is key, isn't it?
Absolutely crucial for staying at the forefront.
Okay, let's just wrap up by looking at some of the foundational elements, institutional milestones that kind of underpin everything we've discussed.
Right. Like the ISB Forum for Resident Commissioners, they held the 4th edition.
What's the purpose of that forum?
It's a really crucial way ISB engages strategically with policymakers. It's a direct channel to bring their research into conversation with senior public sector practitioners.
So making the research directly relevant to government work.
Exactly. Discussions at the latest one included things like economic opportunities from climate policies. Professor Ashwini Chatra led that. And evidence-based market design discussed by Professor Mathu Viswanathan.
Shows research directly informing policy decisions.
Precisely. And on a more somber note, we should acknowledge the recent passing of Professor M. Ramahan Rao.
Former dean of ISB from 2004 to 2009.
Yes. He played an absolutely critical role in establishing ISB as a world-class institution, particularly in building its strong research foundation.
He really believed a business school had to be a hub for creating knowledge, not just spreading it. Right?
That was his core belief, yeah. And it clearly still guides ISB's mission today.
So after exploring all these different facets of ISB's work, what's the big picture takeaway for you, our listener?
Well, as we've sort of walked through today, ISB's recent activities cover an incredible amount of ground, from empowering local communities, pioneering research,
to shaping future leaders and getting involved in global economic discussions. It really reinforces this idea of ISB as a dynamic hub.
Where cutting-edge thinking meets real, tangible impact.
Definitely. So maybe a final thought to leave you with.
Considering this huge diversity of initiatives we've talked about, this reach, what does it actually take to build an institution that's not just, academically excellent,
but also a powerful catalyst for national progress, global impact, especially in a world that's changing so fast?
Yeah, something to think about. What are all the ingredients needed for that kind of sustained impact?